So we'll start the class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtakim Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Govindaya Namo Namah Govindaya Namo Namah अध्याय 1 श्लोक क्रमांक 24 संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमा संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् संजय उवाच एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् Yes, Hare Bol. We'll take word by word meaning. Prabhu, you will read, Prabhu?
Sure.
Yes.
Sanjay said, O the son of the Bharat, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the army of the both parties.
Hare Bol. मैं एक बार हिंदी में रिपीट करता हूँ, आप सब लोग पीछे दोहराइएगा। संजय ने कहा, हे भरतवंशी, अर्जुन द्वारा इस प्रकार संबोधित किए जाने पर भगवान कृष्ण ने दोनों दलों के बीच में उस उत्तम रथ को लाकर खड़ा कर दिया। तात्पर्य पढ़ेंगे प्रभु?
तात्पर्य, इस श्लोक में अर्जुन को गुणाकेश कहा गया है। गुणाकेश का अर्थ है नींद, और जो नींद को जीत देता है वह गुणाकेश है। नींद का अर्थ अज्ञान भी है। अतः अर्जुन ने कृष्ण की मित्रता के कारण नींद तथा अज्ञान दोनों पर विजय प्राप्त की थी। कृष्ण के भक्त के रूप में वह कृष्ण को क्षण भर भी नहीं भुला पाए, क्योंकि भक्त का स्वभाव ही ऐसा होता है। यहाँ तक कि चलते हुए अथवा सोते हुए भी कृष्ण के नाम, रूप, गुण तथा लीलाओं का चिंतन से भक्त कभी मुक्त नहीं रह सकता। अतः कृष्ण का भक्त उनका निरंतर चिंतन करते हुए नींद तथा अज्ञान दोनों को जीत सकता है। इसी को कृष्ण भावनामृत या समाधि कहते हैं। प्रत्येक जीव की इंद्रियों तथा मन के निर्देशक अर्थात ऋषिकेश के रूप में कृष्ण अर्जुन के मंतव्य को समझ गए कि वह क्यों सेनाओं के मध्य में रथ को खड़ा करवाना चाहता है। अतः उन्होंने वैसा ही किया और फिर वे इस प्रकार बोले।
नेक्स्ट पे ले लेते हैं। भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षितां उवाच पार्थ पश्चैतान् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षितां उवाच पार्थ पश्चैताम् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। पहले जो नहीं पढ़े वो पढ़।
भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः
सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्चैताम् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्चैताम् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्चैताम् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्चैताम् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। हरे कृष्ण। माता जी आप लोग भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्चैतान् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति। अनुवाद तात्पर्य भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। मेरे पीछे दोहराइए। भीष्म द्रोण तथा विश्व भर के अन्य समस्त राजाओं के सामने भगवान ने कहा कि हे पार्थ, यहाँ पर एकत्र सारे कुरुओं को देखो। तात्पर्य पढ़ेंगे।
समस्त जीवों के परमात्मा स्वरूप भगवान कृष्ण यह जानते थे कि अर्जुन के मन में क्या बीत रहा है। इस प्रसंग में ऋषि के शब्द का प्रयोग सूचित करता है कि वह सब कुछ जानते हैं। इसी प्रकार पार्थ शब्द अर्थात पार्था या कुंती पुत्र भी अर्जुन के लिए प्रयुक्त होने के कारण महत्वपूर्ण है। मित्र के रूप में वे अर्जुन को बता देना चाहते थे कि चूंकि अर्जुन उनके पिता वासुदेव की बहन तथा पुत्र तथा प्रथा का पुत्र था, इसलिए उन्होंने अर्जुन का सारथी बनना स्वीकार किया था। किंतु जब उन्होंने अर्जुन से गुरुओं को देखो कहा, तो इससे उनका क्या अभिप्राय था? क्या अर्जुन वहीं पर रुक कर युद्ध करना नहीं चाहता था? कृष्ण को अपनी बुआ प्रथा के पुत्र से कभी भी ऐसी आशा नहीं थी। इस प्रकार से कृष्ण ने अपने मित्र की मंच की पूर्व सूचना परिहास्यवश दी है।
हरि बोल, हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Welcome to everybody again to this Friday's satsang class. So 23 we had done 21, 22, 23, not two shloks. Recap. Who will give me what did we understood last week? What do you remember from the last week?
Last week, Arun Prabhuji, we discussed on the way.
No problem. You can tell here.
Okay. Prabhuji, last week we discussed about the word achyuta.
Okay.
What is the meaning of achyuta? We discussed.
What is the meaning?
Achyuta means who is means no fearless, means no diversion, no fear.
अपनी जगह से जो च्युत नहीं होता।
नीचे।
Yeah, he doesn't fall from his position.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't fall from his position. Whatever low kind of work he do, he doesn't fall from his position. अपने पद से वो च्युत नहीं होते हैं। और क्या? What else you remember?
और दो श्लोकों में सर प्रभु जी डिफरेंस था क्या है ना, एक में अर्जुन जी कृष्ण को बोल रहा है मैं देखना चाहता हूँ, एक में बोल रहा है मैं लेके जाओ। मतलब ये दो श्लोकों में डिफरेंस था। अभी थर्ड श्लोकों में अभी जो आज का है ये दूसरा।
नो प्रॉब्लम।
कपिध्वजा meaning
yes Kapidhwaja on the top of the chariot. Yes, so we heard about that also. And what else?
ऋषिकेश का मतलब समझाता हूँ।
उसके पहले था। हाँ यार, उसके पहले था ऋषिकेश। So ठीक है, we had understood about अवेक्षेयम समागता दुर्बुद्धे। किसी ने ये नहीं बोला दुर्बुद्धि। We understood about दुर्बुद्धि also. What is the दुर्बुद्धि? ना पिछली क्लास की, लास्ट क्लास ही था, पिछले श्लोक का ही है, देखो बोल के। दुर्बुद्धि। सो दुर्बुद्धि क्या चीज है? हाँ, बुद्धि नहीं है, जो जिसकी विपरीत बुद्धि चलती है। विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि, हमने ये भी समझा था ना, विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि। और वी हैड टेकन सो मेनी इंस्टेंसेस फ्रॉम शास्त्रास कि कहाँ पर दुर्योधन ने विपरीत बुद्धि से यूज किया था। आप आगे आ जाइए, सभी लोग आगे आ जाइए, कोई बात नहीं, आगे आ जाइए। देयर इज समटाइम्स So अभी तक का जैसे recap इस प्रकार, like we have understood from chapter 1, we have understood that the two sections of the chapter have been over. The first section was preparation of the war. युद्ध के सैन्य का स्थल का निरीक्षण था. 1 से लाकर 11, from 1 to 11 it was preparations of the war, and from 12 to 20 we could hear the signs of victories, who were getting the victory, the signs of victories. And from 21 onwards we have come into the third section, which is
question answer.
yeah, it will start, but right now we are in the, this is the section where Arjuna will fall into Vishad Yoga. He will fall into moha and he will start doing this. He will start asking questions and he will start giving reasons for not to fight. But we are just before that. So just before that, we are understanding how Krishna is so merciful by understanding his various names. By understanding his various names, we are understanding how Krishna is so merciful that he is revealing us, that he is giving us the opportunity to serve him. That is what did Arjuna do last time? He said, Krishna, take me in front of, in between the two armies where I can see. I want to see first. And then in the next sloka, he says, Krishna, please tell me, whom do I fight with? ईक्षे का हमने दो अर्थों से उसका मतलब समझाता है ना. एक तो अवेक्षेहम और एक युद्ध कामन. यावदेता निरीक्षेहम और अवेक्षेहम, ये दोनों के बीच में का भी अंतर हमने समझा था. सो अब जब युद्ध स्थल में बीच में लेके आने को कह दिया, तो फिर क्या करेंगे? कृष्ण क्या किए उन्होंने? लेके बीच में, आज के श्लोक में. तो ये बोल कौन रहा है? Who is saying this? Sanjay Uvacha. So the camera is again shifted back to Dhritarashtra. Why? It could have started there, but there it was like, Krishna did not start speaking Bhagavad Gita. That is the reason and everybody doesn't get a chance. So here Sanjay had got, Dhritarashtra had got place in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna had got, and Krishna had got. Apart from that, nobody, including Duryodhana, had said so many things, but that was said by Sanjaya. Though Duryodhana was saying, but it was said by Sanjaya. So again, the camera was back to Dhritarashtra's room where Sanjaya was explaining. What was he explaining? What did he say? आज का श्लोक है, एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत. एव मुक्तो मीन्स इस प्रकार. एव मुक्तो मीन्स इस प्रकार ऋषिकेशो, उन्होंने भी नाम लिया भगवान का, क्या? ऋषिकेशो. एव मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत. गुडाकेशेन कहकर एड्रेस किया है. गुडाकेश अर्थात अर्जुन के द्वारा. भारत, यहाँ पे भारत का वर्ड का मीनिंग दिया गया भरत के वंशज. सो भारतवर्ष के वंशज. ठीक है. तो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोर उभयोर मध्य स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तम. दोनों सेनाओं के बीच में ले आके, सेनयोर उभयोर मध्य स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तम, दोनों सेनाओं के बीच में ले आकर रथ को स्थापित कर दिया. तो बेसिकली इसके अंदर एवं मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो और गुडाकेशो, ये दोनों शब्द बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. दीज टू वर्ड्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऋषिकेशो एंड गुडाकेशो. सो गुडाकेशो विल अंडरस्टैंड. ऋषिकेशो वी हैव अंडरस्टूड बिफोर, राइट? सभी लोग जानते ही है. फिर मैं पूछूंगा बीच में, अभी जब आएगा तो. पहले गुडाकेशो, विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज गुडाकेशो. गुडाकेशो का मीनिंग है जो नींद को जीत ले. श्रील प्रभुपाद तात्पर्य में लिखे हैं क्या लिखे? जो नींद को जीत ले. तात्पर्य में लिखे ना उन्होंने कि जो नींद को जीत लगे. गुड़ाका का क्या मतलब होता है? गुड़ाका, ये तो गुड़ गया हम बोलते हैं ना, राजस्थानी में गुड़ गया बोलते हैं, गुजराती में गुड़ी गयो छे, सो गया. गुड़ी गयो छे, गुड़. हाँ, और भी है, हम राजस्थानी में उसको गुड़ गयो बोलते हैं. फिर तो इस प्रकार गुड़ाकेश को दो अक्षरों में बांटा जाए तो होता है गुड़ाका और ईश. गुड़ाका का मतलब होता है जो गुड़ गया, अर्थात मराठी में वही बोलते हैं ना? नहीं, गुड़ गया उसको नहीं बोलते कुछ भी. अच्छा, तो
गुड़ मतलब मीठा।
वो तो है। गुड़ाका का मतलब होता है कि भाई जो उसका मतलब नींद, तो जो सो जाता है, तो गुड़ाकेश अर्थात उस नींद को जिसने जीत लिया है, हु हैज टेकन द विक्ट्री ओवर द स्लीप, उसको कहते हैं गुड़ाकेश। तो एक्चुअली इसका गुड़ाकेश का 3 तरह से हम उसका अर्थ समझ सकते हैं। एक तो होता है आलस्य, और दूसरा होता है निद्रा, निद्रा देवी, और थर्ड होता है हाँ तमस गुण, नो डाउट अबाउट इट, थकान, थकान। ओके, सो आलस्य, निद्रा और थकान, ये तीनों उसके पर्यायवाची है गुड़ाका के। पर्यायवाची means like it's a, these are synonyms of this word name gudaka. Gudaka is also known as alasya, that is, lethargy, and nidra is sleep, and thakan is tiredness, exhaustiveness. So this way. So alasya, how do you get alasya? आलस्य तमोगुण से उठता है, आलस्य आता है तमोगुण से। सो वी हैव अंडरस्टूड 3 प्रकार के गुण होते हैं। सो ओपन ए 14.8, एनी वन ऑफ यू 14.8, वहां पे तमोगुण के लक्षण बताए गए हैं। 14.8, हाँ तस्मा, यू कैन रीड प्रभु, एनीबडी हु हैज ओपन कैन रीड। हाँ, विद्यमोहनम सर्वदेहिनाम प्रमाद आलस्य निद्रा तन्निबध्नाति भारत। पढ़िए ट्रांसलेशन, एनीवन कैन रीड।
O son of Bharata,
Yeah.
the mode of darkness born of ignorance is a delusion of all embodied living entities. The results of these mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul.
Yes. Okay. So this is out of ignorance. तमोगुण, तामस, अभी आपने कहा था ना प्रभु, तमोगुण की वजह से है ना। तो तमोगुण की वजह से आलस आता है, और आलस के मतलब तमोगुण में जब व्यक्ति रहता है तो आलस आता है। तो तमोगुण कब एक्टिवेट रहता है? व्हेन इज तमोगुण एक्टिव? व्हेन इज दिस मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस एक्टिव? रात में, रात में, because we get sleep that time, right? So during the night time this tamogun is active, and that is the reason we say, and morning early morning when we get up 4 o'clock 5 o'clock, that time the satogun just steps in. So now the tamogun is just about to over and satogun is just stepping in, but we are interacting with the nature. So that 14th chapter is full interaction with the nature. So what all we do interacting with the nature. So nature say when we interact, what happens? Night we are interacting with the tamoguna of the nature, and we ourselves also falling into tamoguna and sleeping. And morning, you want to get up. Do you get up? Let me sleep for 1 more hour, or let me sleep for half an hour. 15 मिनट नींद से बिस्तर से उठने का मन नहीं करता है कि नहीं? तो ये आलस है। तो ये तमोगुण के वजह से आता है। प्रकृति तो चेंज हो गई, सवेरे सवेरे भोर आ गई और सतोगुण आ गया, मोड ऑफ गुडनेस हैज कम इनटू द मटेरियल नेचर, बट आवर बॉडी इंटरैक्ट्स, बट वी आर इन स्लीप. So the moment we get up, still that sleepness, the thing is there, so we have got out of, means we have already got awake, but still our eyes wants to sleep, like we do not want to, we do our hands like this, legs like this, and we do not want to get up. So that is alas, and that is a product of tamoguna. तो इस तमोगुण के इस चक्कर में लाइक क्या होता है कि ये सेम चीज बच्चों के साथ होती है, नहीं होती? बच्चों को उठाना चाहो तो नहीं मम्मी सोने दो, मुझे अभी 1 घंटा और सोने दो, यू हैव स्कूल, गो, टीचर विल, यू विल मिस योर बस, कोई बात नहीं अभी 10 मिनट में। ऐसा है, रहता है कि नहीं रहता है? क्योंकि ये व्यक्ति का स्वभाव होता है, क्योंकि तमोगुण से इंटरेक्ट करके वो सोया है तो जल्दी से वह उठना नहीं चाहता है। गुरुकुल में ऐसे ही होता था। गुरुकुल में भी बच्चे जब जाते थे तो घंटी बजती थी मंदिर में, जैसे घंटी बजी सभी लोगों को उठ जाना है। तो कई बच्चे रहते थे भाई अभी थोड़ी देर सोना है, 10 मिनट बाद में चले जाएंगे, परंतु अर्जुन अपने समय में गुरुकुल में घंटी बजती उड़ जाता था, एंड मॉर्निंग का टाइम जो साधना का रहता है अपनी साधना पूरी कर लेता। अब कितने लोग हैं यहाँ सवेरे उठ के चैंटिंग करते हैं? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू डू चैंटिंग अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग? उठते ही चैंटिंग कौन करना चाहता है? क्योंकि साधना है अपनी ये, When we are in Krishna consciousness, chanting is our sadhana. So how many of you do this sadhana? You do. Haribol. Haribol. Oh, very nice. So morning, that is the reason. So why? Because the if you leave your alas and get out of the bed, हाँ वो बात की बात है, ठीक है, वो तो दोपहर में कोई सो जाओ, that is good. I'll tell you that on that also I'll come. No, don't worry about that. फिर से सो जाना is also not an issue. But आलस को त्यागना बहुत जरूरी है. So अर्जुन ने आलस को त्याग दिया था, and that is the reason he could do all those, जितने भी वो जो कर पाया था कि साधना, सर्वश्रेष्ठ धनुर्धर, how did he become? Just by doing a sadhana on time. And that is the reason why he used to get up early and he used to come to Guru and he used to serve the Guru also and he used to do his things also. And that is how Dronacharya was very happy with him. And that is why he said, I will make you one of the Sreshta Dhanurdhar. Because his, whatever you say, his Laksha was very clear. So when you go to school, that is what it is. You have to be on time. How many of you go late? Even office, there is a discipline. You should go on time. But how many of you are on time? 5-10 minutes late, So that is where exactly ये आता है कि लाइक आलस्य का पूर्ण त्याग करना चाहिए. तो जैसे ही हम मोड्स बदलते हैं, आलस्य का पूर्ण त्याग होना चाहिए, परंतु हम लोग करते नहीं है. दूसरा है शब्द, तो मैंने अर्जुन का ही एग्जाम्पल दिया आपको. दूसरा शब्द है, उसका मीनिंग क्या था मैंने बोला, व्हाट वाज? स्लीप, निद्रा. निद्रा देवी है ना, रात में निद्रा देवी आती है, तो नींद आवश्यक है बॉडी के लिए. वी नीड टू स्लीप. So there is prescribed times. Doctors say 8 hours, okay. Students 6 hours because they have to do a lot of studies. So brahmacharya, they have to sleep for 6 hours. That's more than enough. So we have to have sleep, but we can even spiritualize that sleep. We are sleeping. Why? Why? Because we cannot avoid this prakriti. We cannot avoid this prakriti. Prakriti पे तमोगुण आएगा. शाम होते ही तमोगुण हावी होता है. तो हमारी बॉडी तमोगुण से इंटरेक्ट करेगी और उससे खिलाफ लड़ नहीं सकती और हमको नींद आएगी. 11, 12, 1 कर. Jeddah is very famous for night. Though nothing is available here in the sense, but still people are on the roads in the night till night 2 o'clock. I've seen markets are open till 2, 3 o'clock. So people have the habit of roaming about in the night. But actually we have to understand our body is not made for roaming about in the night. Our body is made up that we have to go as per the modes, then we'll be healthy. If you go against the mode, आप लोग बीमार पड़ोगे. क्योंकि see, when you go against the pressure, you will also feel that pressure. So when the modes are changing, you also have to mold yourself into that mood. And that is why we say, not sleep early in the night and get up early in the morning. That is what advice everybody gives. So ये निद्रा बहुत जरूरी है. तो अर्जुन के सिलसिले में, because why is Arjun called Gudakesh? No, so we have to understand all these instances from Arjuna's point of view. Why is Arjuna called Gudakesh? उसके जीवन में ऐसा निद्रा पे जीत लेने का हासिल क्या आया? कई लोग कहते भी वो सोया ही नहीं, जैसे लक्ष्मण के केस में कहते वो तो सोया ही नहीं. That's not the case. नींद के ऊपर जीत हासिल कर लेना, चाहे उसने रेस्ट भी लिया हो, लेकिन उसने तुरंत जब उठना है उठ गया ऐसा. और जब कोई बड़े सो रहे हैं तो ये पैरा दे रहा है, लेकिन वो बाद में सोता था. That doesn't mean that he is not slept for 14 years. Of course, there are situations where there is 14 years he has not slept. Those versions are also there, and this version is also there. But you have to understand, for us it's not possible. We have to go as per our schedule. We have to go to sleep. Arjun, what did he do? Like sleep is there. So previous night, if you have awake for the whole night, what will happen next day? अभी माता जी बोल रहे थे जल्दी उठती हूँ फिर सो जाती हूँ. तो रात में कब सोते हो? रात में if you are sleeping by 10 maximum, that's more than enough. Then by 4 o'clock your sleep is finished and you can get up at 4. But sharp dot 10 you sleep and you get the sleep also. जाके सो गए 12-1 बजे तक जगते रहे, that is again a different thing. So that will speak out to you on the next day. इसलिए तो अर्जुन के साथ एक किस्सा हुआ था ऐसा, हम सभी लोग जानते हैं. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो जयद्रथ? सभी लोग जानते हैं. जयद्रथ कौन था? इनका जमाई था ना, ये दुर्योधन के बहनोई था. तो क्या किया था उसने? व्हाट डिड ही डू? दुर्योधन उसके जवाई ने क्या किया था? He tried to stop Draupadi once, right? And he tried to take her away when they were in the forest. So that time Pandavas could catch him and they could punish him. उसके 5 छोटी निकाल देते हैं और they could punish him. So as a result of that punishing, he got very angry. And what did he do? He went and prayed to Mahadev. Mahadev is Ashutosh. Very soon he gives boon. So he said, I want to be heavy on Arjuna. And I want to somehow or the other win Arjuna. Shivji says it's very difficult. Then he says it's very difficult. Then I should be able to win all others other than Arjuna. Come here also, or here also come. No problem. So वो बोलते हैं कि अर्जुन को कि मैं हम बाकी पांडवों पे मैं भारी रहूंगा. तो कब होता है वो दिन? When does that day come? Exactly when the day of the Chakravyuh. Exactly on the day of Chakravyuh, this thing happens. So Arjuna is हाँ. तो ये कब होता है? Like ये जब अर्जुन जयद्रथ जाके ये लेता है ना, महादेव से वरदान लेता है कि भी I should be powerful on the Pandavas. Then Mahadev says, other than Arjuna you can be. So all the Kauravas make that plan that other than Arjuna, so let Arjuna be driven by somebody else very far away, and then we will do the Chakravyuh. Other than Arjuna, nobody knows how to break Chakravyuh. And that day Arjuna is taken away far, and behind our Dronacharya creates the Chakravyuh. Chakravyuh, so it's one of the methodology of combating technique. So he creates the Chakravyuh and nobody else knows. So who knows? Abhimanyu, because he had learned half in the stomach, and other half why he could not learn? Because his mother slept. So that is the effect of mode of ignorance. तमोगुण का जो effect होता है कि माँ सो गई है तो बच्चा भी सोना पड़ा उसके वजह से, है ना? तो तमोगुण का ये इफेक्ट रहता है. आपके साथ रहेंगे सोने वालों के साथ सोने वाले, पीने वालों के साथ पीने वाले. सो ये तमोगुण का बहुत बड़ा इफेक्ट है. इसलिए तमोगुणी लोगों के साथ में हमें थोड़ा दूर रहना चाहिए. तमोगुण वातावरण उठता रहता है तो वहां से निकल जाना चाहिए. वी शुड ट्राई टू अवॉइड दिस तमोगुणा एनवायरमेंट. So when Abhimanyu could enter, and we know the story, will not take that story detail, he was killed by 8 Maharathis of Kauravas. On that day when Arjuna comes back and he sees his young son being killed, so he is very furious. And that's what furious, क्रोध, हम उसके बारे में समझेंगे. क्रोध के चक्कर में he takes one more vow. What does he take? That he will, by the end of next day evening, before sunset, I will kill Jayadratha. So Krishna says, without asking me, he's taken away his decision. But Krishna is a charioteer. He has to anyway save. So what does he do? Next day there is full day war. Jayadratha is kept in the last. They again derive the combating technique by way of Padma view, lotus view. So in the lotus के सबसे आखिरी पंखुड़ी में और petal के बीच में he is safe. So till the time Arjuna breaks so many petals by petals, till he breaks, he almost kills 14 lakh warriors that day. He's so furious. He kills alone on that day 14 lakh warriors. The rest is okay, but that day he kills 14 lakhs warriors. And some or the other, before he reaches Jayadratha, the sun is about to be set. So Krishna then thinks, till he breaks all this and goes, it will take a lot of time. So he said he is Bhakta Vatsala. That is what I was saying. No, he is how Bhakta Vatsala. We are into this section. So he is Achyuta, he is Rishikesh. So how this Bhakta Vatsala thing comes in? What does he do? He just calls for the clouds, or he puts the Sudarshan Chakra, or he calls for Rahu, come in between. And it is as well like, eclipse time. So everything goes dark. And everybody doesn't think that, they think, oh, it's the sunset. And everybody starts laughing, rejoicing. Oh, in fact, Duryodhan also keeps ready that, today evening, if he says, he takes a vow, no, that if I cannot kill this person, I will take myself into Agni. मैं अपने आप को अग्निधाम में जला लूंगा. वो रेडी रखता है, और जयद्रथ भी वहां से हंसता हंसता आता है. और तब आता है, इतना सामने तक आता है जब तक कृष्ण वेट करते हैं. और जैसे ही वो सामने आता है, कृष्ण बादलों को हटो बोलते हैं, आप हाथ से इशारा करते हैं, बादल हटते हैं और फिर बोलते हैं ये रहा जयद्रथ और ये रहा सूर्य, इसको खत्म करो। उसके बाद अलग है स्टोरी, उसको कैसे खत्म करना हो, क्योंकि उसके पिताजी का वरदान रहता है, विल नॉट गो टू इनटू दैट। लेकिन उस दिन वो पूरा, उस दिन पहले दिन रात में अभिमन्यु का डेथ हुआ था। एंटायर पांडव फैमिली वाज इन ग्रीफ बिकॉज फर्स्ट सन हैज डाइड एंड दे कुड नॉट स्लीप whole night. Naturally, sometimes if we are also in love with our loved ones and if we lose our loved ones, we don't sleep. Like if there is a dead body lying there, we can't sleep. So he had already left his body and they had to do the Daha Sanskar and they could not sleep. And next day, whole day he has fought, killing 14 lakh maximum warriors that day. Maximum number of warriors. It was not a small thing. हमें तो नींद आ जाती है, ऑफिस में जाके थोड़ा थोड़ा हमें नींद आ जाती है, लेकिन उसने नींद पर जीत हासिल की। उतना ही नहीं, उतना ही नहीं, उस दिन रात में दुर्योधन ने 14 लाख सैनिक मारे गए तो उठा के रात में आक्रमण शुरू कर दिया। उस दिन से रात में आक्रमण शुरू हो जाता है। फिर घटोत्कच का नाम, तो उस दिन से रात कर आक्रमण शुरू हो जाता है, युद्ध रात में भी शुरू हो जाता है। तो दुर्योधन रात में उनको चढ़ाई कर देता है, तो सभी लोग सो रहे होते हैं, इनके सैनिक उनके सैनिक भी सो रहे होते हैं, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू स्लीप, बट देन व्हेन दुर्योधन हैज ऑर्डर्ड their Sainik, they could not do anything. They have to get up, and because they are doing Indriya Trupti of Duryodhana, they have to honor their words. They get up and they start fighting. Night, it is very difficult to see and fight. Everybody takes the torch lights and starts fighting. These पद्धति जिसको बोलते हैं ना पैदल सैनिक चलने वाले, वो लोग तो सोने वाले होते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी उनको भी यहाँ पे भी उठाना पड़ता है। तो अर्जुन जाके सबसे पहले रोकता है कि रिमेंबर द रूल्स दैट वी शुड नॉट फाइट इन द नाइट. You might have been tired. Please go and sleep. Let them also sleep. But then how are they going to listen? Because they are serving Duryodhana. So they are not going to listen. So in Mahabharata, there is a wordings where he says, request everybody, don't fight. I can fight in the night, but you all cannot fight. Please go and sleep. मैं रात में युद्ध कर सकता हूँ, आप लोग नहीं कर सकते हो. But still nobody is listening. So then Arjuna also starts fighting, and that is how the entire night also the fight goes on. And he is sleepless. So 2 nights continuously killing so many persons. So that way he demonstrated that how he has taken victory over his sleep. And what is the third meaning of Gudakesh? Third meaning, what did I say? Thakan, tiredness. Okay, third meaning is tiredness. Thakan. तो स्वाभाविक स्थिति है, थकान आती है कि नहीं आती है? बहुत ज्यादा काम कर लो तो थकान आती है नहीं आती है? When you have done too much of labor work, you get tired. But when you do the same labor work for Krishna, you don't get tired. Afterwards, you feel tired. Now we have instances where we have done 24 hours kind of kirtan. Prabhu will be, Prabhu is the best example. Vrindavan, there's 24 hours kirtan going on, right? Almost. So we like, but when we do in Krishna, okay, we do it in different parts. We get tiredness, but you know, when you get into that atmosphere, you don't get tired. When Duryodhan attacks in the night, on the same story, when Duryodhan attacks on the night to give orders on the night, he says first, he has to order, अपने इनको बोलना पड़ेगा ना, इनको क्या बोलते हैं, नहीं अपने सेनापति को, Dronacharya ko. So Dronacharya says it is not good to fight at night. But see, they have today broken the rule, so we'll also break the rule today. Tonight we have to fight. And they are all sleeping, so they'll be tired. We'll kill them in the night itself only. Then Dronacharya says, you don't know Arjuna. He can also fight in the night, and he will not sleep also. And he will not get tired also. But still, Duryodhana goes and attacks. So this is the wordings in Mahabharata also documented that Dronacharya discusses this with Duryodhana, stating that, you know, so he is not tired. Okay, he might be in grief, but he is not tired. So don't do it in this night. But still they do it. तो इसीलिए बहुत जरूरी है. तो ये गुरु से बेहतर कौन जान सकता है अपने शिष्य को? गुरु से बेहतर कौन जानेगा शिष्य को? A guru knows what is the capability of my student and what he can do, what he cannot do. So that is the reason we have to approach Guru. That is the reason we have to approach Guru. अब Sanjay is saying this. Ab Sanjay is also said Rishikesho. So I said we have to understand these two words and rest is everything. So Sanjay is also saying here Rishikesh. Why is he saying Rishikesh? Because okay, Arjun has said Rishikesho because he wanted to give his senses to the control of Lord. अपनी इंद्रियों को कृष्ण के कंट्रोल में देना चाह रहे थे, इसलिए ऋषिकेशो वहां बोला गया. Why is it here? Sanjay is also saying Rishikesho. Why? We have to understand that also. आप बोलोगे मैं बहुत सारी स्टोरीज बोलता हूँ but we have to understand the tattva. Why Sanjay is also calling Rishikesho? He could have called Krishna anything. Why is he calling also Rishikesho? So he is also calling Rishikesho because he knows he is the owner of senses. Arjuna has already given his senses to Rishikesho, but he is addressing this now to Dhritarashtra. I see Rishikesho is there. You know, means like you should know who is Rishikesho and who is Gudakesho. These both are special friends. अभी हमने पिछली बार भी बात की थी कि अभी हम लोग साख्य भाव में चल रहे हैं, अभी दास्य भाव आया नहीं है, अभी साख्य भाव चल रहे हैं. तो इसीलिए ये साख्य भाव, इनकी दोस्ती, दे आर वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स. दैट इज व्हाट ही वांटेड टू इन्फॉर्म धृतराष्ट्र. हाँ, तो हाउ दे आर फ्रेंड्स वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, राइट? हाउ दे आर फ्रेंड्स. भगवद गीता 4.5 open. I'll give you proof so that you will understand he is friend or not. 4.5. Just read the translation. Read the translation, Mataji.
श्री भगवान ने कहा,
हाँ,
तुम्हारे तथा मेरे अनेक जन्म हो चुके हैं. मुझे तो 5 बोला ना आपने?
वही 4.5. Yes.
मुझे सबका स्मरण है, किंतु है परंतप तुम्हें उनका स्मरण नहीं रह सकता है.
So who can tell this? Unless he is a special friend. भाई तुम्हारे और मेरे बहुत जन्म हो चुके हैं, ये हमारे लिए भी है, परंतु स्पेशली इज टेलिंग अर्जुन कि you and me have born many times. You have forgotten, but I cannot forget. Okay. So this is one of the proof. Go to 11.41. I'll tell you, and in the there's one more 18.64 also. I'll take you. 11.41. What does Arjuna say? चल दे रीड वो ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ो.
11.41.
हाँ, ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ो माता जी.
आपका अपना मित्र मानते हुए मैंने हठपूर्वक आपको हे कृष्ण, हे यादव, हे सखा जैसे संबोधनों से पुकारा है, क्योंकि मैं आपकी महिमा को नहीं जानता था. मैंने मूर्खवश या प्रेमवश जो कुछ भी कहा है, उसके लिए मुझे क्षमा कर.
ठीक है. 11.41. This is, हाँ वही विश्व रूप जब दिखा रहे हैं तब अर्जुना इज एक्सेप्टिंग you are my friend Krishna and I have played with you at hey Krishna, hey Yadav, hey Saketi. He is telling please forgive me. No, because he had already seen the Vishwarupa. He knew he was God before. In 10th chapter only he says I accept you are Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. But still Arjun, for everybody else, Krishna shows his Vishwarupa, and after seeing the Vishwarupa he says, Krishna, unknowingly you are my friend and I have been treating you like my friend, putting my hands on your shoulder or sleeping with you or running with you, and I might have hurt you in any ways. कई मैं आपको तकलीफ दे चुका हूँ, आप मेरे फ्रेंड के रूप में थे, इसीलिए मैं आपको बहुत तकलीफ दे चुका था. मतलब हो सकता है कई बार मुझे क्षमा करना, मुझसे कई बार गलती हो गई होगी. भाई यदि यशोदा मैया को पता चल जाता कृष्ण भगवान है, तो वो क्या उनकी वैसा डंडा लेके पीछे जाती? बिल्कुल नहीं जाती. ये सेम अर्जुन की कंडीशन है, जैसा मुझे क्षमा करना, मैं आपको समझ नहीं पाई. तो ये कंडीशन माँ की ना हो बल्कि उन्होंने दामोदर की लीला की थी. सो कृष्ण इज भक्त वत्सला. सो अर्जुन इज अगेन सेइंग दैट आई एम योर फ्रेंड. लास्ट 18.64. 18.64. आई एम जस्ट रेफरिंग टू ऑल दिस जस्ट टू गिव यू एन प्रूफ दैट वेयर इज
You too, man.
यस या वेरी फेमस श्लोक.
क्योंकि तुम मेरे अत्यंत प्रिय मित्र हो, अतएव मैं तुम्हें अपना परम आदेश जो सर्वाधिक गुह्य ज्ञान है बता रहा हूँ.
दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट श्लोक ऑफ भगवद गीता. आप श्लोक भी पढ़ सकते हो.
अपने हित के लिए सुनो.
Yeah. So मनमना हाँ हाँ नहीं नहीं हाँ सब बराबर 6-4 करेक्ट 6-4 आपने जो पढ़ा. So either Krishna is telling you are my friend. Here Krishna is saying you are my friend. In the previous thing Arjuna has said you are my friend. Here Krishna is reciprocal. Yes, you are my friend. That's why I've given you this most confidential knowledge. Most confidential knowledge because you are my friend. So these two friends are special friends. That is what he's informing Dhritarashtra. Like, you know, it's very important to know why, because, you know, लास्ट में अर्जुन ने अश्वत्थामा ने एक बार ब्रह्मास्त्र छोड़ा था अंत में, है ना. तब व्यासदेव जी आके रोक लेते हैं दोनों का ब्रह्मास्त्र. अर्जुन टेक्स बैक, अर्जुन अपना ब्रह्मास्त्र ले लेता है, परंतु अश्वत्थामा ले नहीं पाता है. तो उस समय व्यासदेव बोलते हैं ये तूने बहुत गलती की है, तुम्हें ये पता नहीं है ये कृष्ण और अर्जुन दोनों कौन है. ये सदियों से मित्र है और इसके पहले भी उन्होंने नर और नारायण के रूप में जन्म लिया है. नर और नारायण के रूप में जन्म लिया और ये जन्म भी इनका एक स्पेशल पर्पस के लिए हुआ था. This life is also one special purpose. That is where this Nar and Narayan have always come together. So what is the Nar Narayan story? Anybody knows?
They are the gods of Vaikuntham.
No. That is Jai Vijay. Nar Narayan is the avatar of Krishna. One more among the 24 avatars. There is one Nar Narayan avatar also. Nar Narayan are two persons with one heart. I'll just tell you in simple thing. Two persons with one heart. Okay. And why? Because there was हाँ आज इधर आ जाइए प्रभु, कोई बात नहीं, इधर आ जाइए, इधर हाँ नहीं इधर आ जाइए. अच्छा. सो देयर वाज एक असुर था दंभोदक नाम का एक असुर था. वह शिवजी से उन्होंने वरदान मांगा था और 1000 सूर्य कवच सॉरी शिवजी से बोन मांगा था और उनसे सूर्यदेव के 1000 कवच मांग लिए. उनसे सूर्यदेव को 1000 कवच उनको चढ़ाने के लिए. तो 1000 कवच बोलते उसके बॉडी में 1000 कवच है. और वो कवच बोले कब टूटेगा? जब कोई 1000 साल तपस्या करके तोड़ेगा तो टूटेगा, लेकिन वो जो तोड़ेगा वो मर जाएगा. तो 1000 कवच टूटना कैसा? 1000 armors a person Dambodak has, and how the person who has to break that armor has to do penance for 1000 years, and after doing 1000 years if he breaks the one armor he will get killed. So how is it possible? That's why Krishna comes in the form of Nar and Narayan, two persons with one heart. Okay. One person is doing tapasya up to 1000 years and the other person goes and fights with Dambodak. और ये नर नारायण बने कैसे थे? नर नारायण बने थे दक्ष प्रजापति की पुत्री मूर्ति का धर्म के साथ में विवाह हुआ था. दक्ष प्रजापति की एक मूर्ति थी. Yeah, I'll tell you. That's what. So actually these both were born to Dharma and Murti, the daughter and son-in-law of Prajapati. So one is doing tapasya and the other is going and fighting with Dambodak. After he fights with Dambodak, at the 1000 year, he sees when I'm fighting with this person, his energy is increasing and increasing because he's doing tapasya there. The other Narayan is doing tapasya and Nar is fighting with Dambodak. After 1000 years exactly, after 1000 years, he is able to break open the one armor of Dambodak. The moment one armor is broken, Nar fall down and immediately Narayan gets up. The heart is transplanted into Nar. He goes and meditates for 1000 years and then he fights Narayan. In this way, the thing was going on that, you know, up to 999 kavach of Dambodak was already broken. Okay. And this 1000th kavach came in the form of Karna in Mahabharata, when he was born to Kunti Devi before marriage. So that Surya Kavacham along with the Dambodak Atma came for Karna. And this is the last time they had to break. So Krishna had also to come in the form of Nar and Narayan, no? So he had to come in the form of Krishna and Arjuna, and they had to kill. So this was that 1000 chakra breaking. Today also you go to Badrinath, there is Nar Narayan Parvat, where these both are worshipped. Beyond Badrinath, there is Nar and Narayan Shrinkla, yeah, Parvat Shrinkla. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. वही है वो तो इंद्र से आके ले लेता है ना. हाँ तो है, ठीक है. बट ये दंबोदक का आखिरी 1000 शास्त्र बताते हैं, ये 1000 वाला किस्सा इसके साथ था. So they are not ordinary friends. They have been friends from ages. That is what I want to give you the meaning, and that is what our Sanjay is giving it to Dhritarashtra, that don't think them these are ordinary persons. Okay. So Rishikesh, Gudakesh and Bharata. Bharata is all the public of entire India, because both Kaurava and Pandavas all were together. Bharata. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Sapayitva Ratut. एक और एग्जांपल देके I'll close this shloka. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to South India tour, she went to Sri Vaishnava temple. So there he could see one Brahmana reading the Bhagavad Gita. He doesn't know to read. He's catching that book reverse way, and he's reading the Bhagavad Gita. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and he's crying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "My guru has given me an adesh that I have to read Bhagavad Gita, but I am an illiterate. I don't even know how to read Bhagavad Gita. But since he has said I am turning the pages," he says, "Okay, I understand. Okay, you're turning the pages, so you're reading by turning the pages. But why are you crying?" He says, "I'm crying because I'm seeing the Krishna is so Bhaktavatsala. He's sitting down and he's taking orders of his friend. He's taking orders from his subordinate, his friend subordinates. नारायण नीचे बैठे और नर से वो जो है सो सेवा ले रहे हैं. Because you go to Sri Vaishnava temple, they worship Krishna in form of Narayan. उनके लिए नारायण सर्वोपरि है. उनका श्रीमन नारायण, उनका जो भजन है, that is also श्रीमन नारायण. जय श्रीमन नारायण दिल से. So he says कि Narayan is sitting down and Nar is sitting above, and that is the reason my heart starts melting looking at this scene of this Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is handing in one hand, he's catching the reins of the horse, in one hand he is catching the whip, you call chabuk in Hindi. चाबुक पकड़े हैं और पीछे पलट के अर्जुन से ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं, और अर्जुन भी जो है सो उसका थोड़ा कंधे में से इसका धनुष नीचे गिरता हुआ, थोड़ा विस्मित हुआ और थोड़ा ऐसा वाला फोटो, उस फोटो को देख के वह. So this photo is important for us. This photo is very, very important for us because we can, हमको जो गलत धारणाएं जो बनाई गई है ना इंडिया में, उसका मैं आपको आज आंसर दे रहा हूँ. मीन्स लाइक मीन्स लाइक कि हमको क्यों बहुत जरूरी है, कि क्या होता है कि इन दोनों की कृपा हमको प्राप्त होने लगती है, गुड़ाकेश और ऋषिकेश. शिला प्रभुपाद ने 24 अर्जुन और इसके कृष्ण के, he had created 24 pictures of Krishna and Arjuna, and initial Bhagavad Gita had all those 24 pictures, including Vishwarupa and all those. But later on, some pictures have been reduced and all those. But he had initially asked to put all those 24 types of pictures. So when we meditate on this Bhagavad Gita, we start getting the mercy of first Gudakesho, so that we should get the victory from the sleep, from the alas, from the tiredness. तो पहले इसकी ये कृपा प्राप्त करो. अभी हम भगवान के माता पिता के चरण क्यों छूते? कृपा प्राप्त करने के लिए, राइट? तो घर में यदि जब भगवद गीता का वो तस्वीर है, तो उस तस्वीर का मनन जब करोगे तो पहले अर्जुन की कृपा मिलेगी. तो ये तीनों चीजें, गुड़ाकेश का असर हम पे आने लगेगा, और गुड़ाकेश का जब असर आएगा तो ऋषिकेश ऑटोमेटिकली आपको हेल्प करेंगे. क्योंकि गुड़ाकेश ने क्या किया था, अब हिज ओन सेंसेस ही गेव इट टू कृष्णा, एंड ही आस्क्ड कृष्णा विद whom I should fight. And Krishna takes over and says, and right now he is taking the this thing, he'll say in the next shloka, he'll say 1/2 line. Okay, that as a third person Sanjay says that line. But then तो ये बहुत समझना जरूरी है, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि हम गुड़ाकेश की जब कृपा प्राप्त होती है तो क्या होती है, हमारी ये जो नींद, आलस है, थकान है, ये जो तमोगुण का कारक है, ये स्लोली रजोगुण में होता है. बिकॉज रजोगुण पीपल हैव टू फाइट, राइट? वी आल्सो हैव टू गो टू वर्क. सो फ्रॉम तमोगुण वी कम टू रजोगुण. एंड रजोगुण को खत्म कौन कर सकता है? सतोगुण, है ना. तमोगुण इज डार्क का, उसको कलर वाइज रिप्रेजेंट करोगे तो अंधेरा, डार्क, ब्लैक. और पैशन इज इन रेड कलर, या बिकॉज रक्त रंजिश बोलते हैं ना इसको. एंड सतोगुण इज व्हाइट कलर. तो दामोदर लीला में पता है ना कि कृष्णा वाज आल्सो शोइंग दैट बाय बाइटिंग हिज लिप्स. तो ये लिप्स अपने रेड कलर है, विच रिप्रेजेंट्स पैशन. तो पैशन को खत्म करना है तो व्हाइट कलर ऑफ टीथ हैज टू पियर्स दैट, देन ओनली दैट क्रोध विल कम डाउन. तो तमोगुण से हम रजोगुण में आते हैं और रजोगुण से हम सतोगुण में आते हैं. ये एक तस्वीर हमको ये कृपा प्रदान कर सकती है. इसीलिए ये वर्ड्स यहाँ पे संजय धृतराष्ट्र को बता रहे हैं. इन दोनों को जीत पाना बहुत मुश्किल है, धृतराष्ट्र. क्यों ऐसे? We don't meditate upon the names. We read Bhagavad Gita and just go upon beyond it. But why is it that said? Why that name is said here? That we have to understand. Hopefully today I'm telling in English. Prabhu is also, Prabhu said, I heard your lectures, but you know, I could not understand few things because you tell mostly in Hindi. No, I said probably because I made my notes in Hindi. So I have to say. So इसीलिए बोल रहे 4.39 पढ़ो प्रभु. 4.39 का तात्पर्य पढ़ो. हाँ. Then we'll go to next shloka. Nothing else will be missing in this. 4.39 pado. That gives you the summary.
A faithful man
Yeah.
who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses
Yes.
is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace.
Yes. Okay. So what has to be there only to get this knowledge and the knowledge person also? Shraddha. श्रद्धा. तो भक्ति की शुरुआत होती है श्रद्धा. श्रद्धा हो तो बाकी सब आएंगे. श्रद्धा है इसीलिए आप लोग यहाँ आके भगवत गीता सुन रहे हैं. श्रद्धा यदि ना हो, इफ यू डू नॉट हैव श्रद्धा ऑन शास्त्र, यू विल नॉट कम हियर ऑल्सो. यू हैव सम श्रद्धा. दैट श्रद्धा यू आर स्ट्रेंथनिंग विद इन द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ डिवोटीज. एंड दिस इज वेयर भक्ति बिकम्स इजी. भक्ति परेशान हुआ माता जी वेरी क्लियरली से. Sorry, so bhakti is among the bhaktas. So the moment you come within the bhakti, within the touch of bhaktas, bhakti will automatically start flowing to you. इसीलिए जल्दी जल्दी आप लोग भी 16-16 राउंड तक आ जाइए ताकि हम भी आप लोगों को गुरु महाराज की मर्जी दिलाए, आप लोगों को स्टेजेस आगे बढ़ाए. अब यहाँ पे राधा माता जी है इनिशिएटेड डिवोटी, मैं हूँ, शुभांगी है इनिशिएटेड डिवोटी. बाकी हम चाहते हैं यहाँ से भी अब लोग इनिशिएशन के लिए आगे बढ़े. प्रभु और माता जी भी कतार में हैं, 16 राउंड करते हैं. वैसे ही आप लोग भी धीरे धीरे फटाफट 16 राउंड पे आइए, बिकॉज दीज आर श्रद्धा, साधना. सो साधना, इफ यू हैव टू बिकम गुड़ाकेश, यू हैव टू डू योर साधना. For me, whatever come what may, we try to complete our rounds before our 7. Okay, there are sometimes pending, but that we do it during day. Maybe Friday, sometimes we have Prasadam Seva and all those, so we get delayed. But we see to it that we have to do. So unless you get that into your this thing, it will not be possible. Okay? So yeah, okay. Anything else you think is missing in this shloka? Huh? Huh. श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम. श्लोक क्या है? श्लोक क्या है प्रभु? हाँ, श्रद्धा लभते, लभते मिलेगा. श्रद्धा से ज्ञान मिलेगा. श्रद्धा से लभते ज्ञानम.
जो श्लोक में श्रद्धावान आप बोला था ना,
हाँ,
श्रद्धावान
लभते ज्ञानम.
विश्वस्त.
हाँ, विश्वस्त बोल, विश्वस्त है प्रभु. परपट है, परपट नहीं, वो परपट तो मैं उस समय आएंगे तब बताऊंगा वो सब चीजें, वो चिंता मत करो. 4th चैप्टर में आऊंगा तब बताऊंगा उसका परपट का मीनिंग. ओके, ऑल एवरीबॉडी इज क्लियर? किसी का कोई डाउट नहीं है ना? आर यू श्योर? हाँ, I will talk about it. Don't worry, I'll tell you. Don't worry about it. So, सेनयोर उभयोर मध्ये रथं स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्. ये हो गया. Then we come to भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुख कथा सर्वेषां च मयिक्षितां उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरुनिति. So it is connected with last shloka. That's why I took it today only. Ki when Arjuna had requested Krishna to take over my senses, Rishikesho, मुझे बताओ किसके साथ युद्ध करना है? Whom do I fight with? When he asked in last shloka. So Krishna took the rath as requested by Arjuna into the center, and now where did he place the rath? Bhishma Drona Pramukhata. Shloka itself is saying Bhishma Drona Pramukhata means in front of Bhishma and Drona who are Pramukh, who are important. So among these two important dignitaries, he placed the Ratha. Bhishma Drona Pramukhata Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam. Sarvesham means and there are other kings. Mahikshitam. There are other kings. Then Uvacha Partha Paschaitam. Then Uvacha means saying. Lord Krishna is saying. Uvacha Partha means Uvacha Krishna is saying. It is not said directly here because Sanjay is saying Krishna Uvacha. Bhagavan Uvacha did not come in. Uvacha, it's a first half slok where Krishna is saying first time. Uvacha Partha Paschaitan means he says Partha, behold these Kurus. You have to fight with them. Behold, ये सामने जो सारी सेना खड़ी है इनको तुम्हें युद्ध करना है ना? So some 2-3 important words are there. I'll just take up the meanings of those 2-3 words and we can wind up the session of lecture here. Bhishma Drona Pramukhata. So you have already understood, right? Bhishma Drona Pramukhata. ठीक है ना? कि ये दोनों main थे. Among the Kauravas, these two were the main. And why main? They were very respectful to Arjuna also. Right? Arjuna wanted to fight. We have already understood. Arjuna wanted to fight. But with whom? He never thought of fighting with Bhishma and Arjuna, right? He didn't come with that intention. He wanted to see who is giving this Durbuddhi Duryodhan their side. Who are these Durbuddhi kings? Who wants to help Duryodhana to fight with me? That was his intention. But Krishna knew his mind will divert. His mind has already started. Rishikesho, he understands, right? He is directing the senses of his devotees. When Arjuna gave his senses to him, Krishna knows within his mind there is confusion which is going on. So I have to remove this confusion. That is why he decides Bhishma Drona Pramukhata. He puts the chariot there. Otherwise, similarly, we may have n number of doubts within our mind. Unless you get a forum, unless you open with your mouth and ask, you will not get the knowledge. इसीलिए अपनी जो whatever अपनी studies, whatever are the studies in Vedas, those are in this form of question and answer. One has to question in a humble way, not in a challenging way, and then receive the answer. So this is where the Shastra is based. So in this way, Bhishma Drona Pramukhata. So this is where how Krishna is exactly trying to, bring Arjuna's mind into picture now. So,
Can I ask a question?
yes,
But why Arjuna is very much, I mean, of course, he is in love with Bhishma and Drona because of.
Yeah, because when he was fatherless and he was.
But during the Virata Parva, so at the end of their 30th year of exile, last year of exile, so he had an opportunity to fight again as the Kurus, and then he fought with them.
Yeah.
Of course.
That time in the form of Brahmanala he fought. Yes.
He fought with everybody,
Yes.
single-handedly.
Yes.
So at that time, his mind was not bewildered.
Yeah, that is where exactly now. That is where exactly. Because now this was Dharma Yuddha. That was just for Virat Yuddha, just to save the cows, with a limited purpose. Okay, and he had so many astras through which he could do that. But now this was Dharma Yuddha, where he'll have to kill all his person. There he did not kill anybody.
Yes, he did not kill.
Yeah, he just had to free the cows. And that is what he did very tactfully. Now here he has to kill them. And that is where his mind will get disturbed. So we'll come to that problem. No, because all questions will come in that way around only. All the questions will come out is in this way around only. So, तो ऋषिकेश समझ गए थे इसके दिमाग में अनेक प्रकार के प्रश्न है, इन प्रश्नों का मुझे उत्तर देना है, इसीलिए उन्होंने जाके बीच में उनके बीच में लगा. तो why? Just like doctor, you are doctor, right, Prabhu? No, or somebody else is doctor here? No. Dr. Chirag. Sorry, Harry. So doctor knows exactly how to, if he is an expert doctor, he will understand what is the problem with you. तुम्हारी कुछ तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, जाके शुगर चेक करो या जाके कुछ बीपी चेक करो, right? If he is an expert doctor, by just at looking at you, he will tell you. So Krishna is also an expert doctor. He knows, he is a mind doctor, in fact. He can read everybody's mind. He is sitting in everybody's heart as Paramatma. He knows what your heart is also thinking. You know, your heart is listening to your mind and thinking so many things, whereas your mind should listen to your heart. So he knows. So there are different 5 types of questions in the mind of Arjuna, which I have to answer later on. And that is why he did this. He chose to bring that. So expert doctor के पास जाते हैं तो ऐसे ही दवाई से ठीक होता है ना. हम लोग हमारे when we were small, we used to go to a doctor, MBBS doctor. He used to just give some foodies, you know, like foodiयों वाला doctor बोलते थे हम तो. 2-4 गोली morning evening he used to give some tablets. We used to be okay with that. And now only for consultation we have to pay so much, and then we have to take antibiotic, we have to take this, we have to take that, so many tests. So that is, so the expertness is not necessary to be expressed. So expert will immediately understand what is the problem. An analyst will immediately looking at the figure will understand what is the problem. Otherwise you'll have to employ so many number of analysts, keep on doing analysis, and entire paralysis. You don't get decisions also. There are, and we are unfortunately into that. Sarvesham cha maikshitam. So, do you understood this now? ये एक समझ में आ गया ना? Bhishma Drona Pramukata. Sarvesham cha maikshitam. So Sarvesham means look at this everybody. Maikshitam. Maikshitam is referring to so many kings here. यही है ना, meaning वही दिया ना श्री प्रभुपाद ने. हाँ, chieftains. Many. I mean, for us Maharathi, we understood all whatever Rati, Maharathi, and all those. Everything we have understood. So look at those chieftains. So, and there is a meaning of when you break this Mahikshitam, it is Mahi plus Ikshitam, 2 words. Mahi is the name of the Mother Earth, Prithvi. And Ikshitam is one who wants to enjoy this earth. Bhog, ye zameen meri hai. Why is this war happening? Krishna asked 5 villages. First, they were supposed to give half only, but they did not give. Krishna asked 5 villages. They are fighting for what? A piece of land. So, ऐसे राजा जो land को भोगना चाहते हैं अपने इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए. क्या? Like we also, we buy some 1500 square yard plot and we say, this is my plot. We'll write a big board. Praveen Kumar Daima with one light on that. I don't have. I don't have light, but the question is, this is God Nitai's house. It is not my house. Sachitanaya Premananda Nitai's house. So people get pride in that 1500 square yard plot. It's my plot. But before you, this plot wasn't existing. Yeah, this land was existing, right? You constructed a house. So where did you construct that house? From this earth only. Taking the mud, taking the water, taking the brick, all you have created from this earth only. You did not create anything supernatural. This earth belongs to whom? We understood this before. Kiske hai ye earth? Earth belongs to whom? Krishna in form of what? Wife of Krishna. Kaun se avatar? Vara avatar. Where Vara avatar? He brought this Prithvi Devi out. So Prithvi Devi is already wife of Krishna, serving Krishna. So she will be happy if you serve Krishna. And you know, so that is the reason she is also respectable. The moment we put our legs on the earth, there is a pranam mantra for that also. इसलिए सवेरे जब उठते हैं तो when you put your legs on the earth, you have to always thank her because she is taking our weight on it, and along with our weight, all our vikaras also she is bearing. We have so many contaminations within our heart, and with that also she is also taking up all that. And then you are blaspheming Krishna. Many of the people you see. So why will she like her husband to be blasphemed by anybody? That is the reason Bhagavatam mein there is a why did this means Bhagavatam mein there is Bhumi Mata which goes and prays to along with Shiva and Brahma, it goes and prays to Vishnu that too much of weight has been increased by this irreligious and impious people. Please reduce the weight somehow or the other. I am unable to bear this weight. So imagine the anarthas have taken up such a strong group. And that is how in Bhagavata, then Vishnu says, don't worry, I will come in my original form and relieve everybody. The original form is what? Krishna as Vasudeva. So I'll come in my original form. This is what Bhagavatam says. So when Krishna comes in that original forms, just to reduce the burden on earth. So he assembled all these Mahikshitams who are the enjoyers of earth, only thinking that this is their property, this is my kingdom, till here I am the king. Actually, that should not be our tendency. That is the tendency of dogs. You will see in the night, a dog is there sitting in this area. The other gali ka kutta means like the next lane dog comes here, and what does it do? It starts barking. पूरी रात चिल्लाना शुरू कर देता है ना. तो हम कुत्तों की परंपराओं से हम बिलोंग नहीं करते हैं. अभी ये डायलॉग किसी ने बोला था ना, शायद ये डायलॉग मोदी जी ने बोला था अभी. क्षमा चाहता हूँ, पॉलिटिकल नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं. आई एम टेलिंग इट फ्रॉम शास्त्र पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. हम लोग कुत्तों की परंपरा से बिलोंग नहीं करते, जहां पे हम इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए सब कुछ करते हैं. हम किसकी परंपरा से बात करते हैं? वसुधैव कुटुंबम की परंपरा से हम आते हैं. वसुधैव, द एंटायर अर्थ इज ours and brothers and sisters, everybody. That is what it is, right? Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. हम उस परंपरा से आते हैं. हम सोचते हैं we are India, that is Pakistan. ये वो, that is nothing to do, because you will die tomorrow doing it in India and Pakistan, then you will take a birth among that India, Pakistan, fighting among each other. Keep Krishna in the center, everybody. That is what Krishna says. Bhoktaram yagya taksam sarvalokam maheshwaram. Surdam sarva bhutanam yatvamam shantim richati. If you keep me in the center and do all activities, then that itself is the peace formula for everybody. So don't become Mahikshitams. He himself was a Mahikshitam. Who? Dhritarashtra. And his son was a big Mahikshitam. And all other kings were also Mahikshitam. So please do not become Mahikshitam and don't become this thing. And Uvacha Partha Paschaitam. Samavetam Kurunite. So here Krishna says half word. It's not necessary he's expressed it through his mouth also, but okay, he has said it. So it's come Uvacha means he has said it. Otherwise also, you have said me to bring this here. I have brought it in front of Bhishma and Drona, and look at all this Maikshitam. Behold, you have to fight with all these Maikshitams. Not one or two. You have to fight with all. So Krishna, and now, because all was fine, but he has placed it in Bhishma Drona Pramukhata, and that is where Arjuna will start diverting. So actually, in this entire war, how many types? There were 5 PDs, you call it, 5 generations were fighting. So 5 generations. Next Loka is all that only, but maybe we'll take it next time. 5 generations. So I'll just give, like, Somadat was the Baltistan person, right? The Somadat which we said, that was the first generation, the highest of the all. Then Somadat's father, okay. Somadat ke pita, Bahalik, he was there. Bahalik was the first generation. Then Somadat and Bhishma were second generations. And then third generation was this Bhuri, Shrava, Shakuni, all these were the third generations. And fourth generation was this Kaurava and Pandavas. Yeah. Dhritarashtra was also the second generation. That's the third generation. And fifth generation was Abhimanyu and all the sons of Pandavas and Kauravas also. Okay. So entire 5 generations were fighting, and that is why it says Kurun. That one word he took, Kurun. Kurun represents all these 5 generations. Uvacha Partha Paschaitan. Paschaitan is meaning is in sabon ko. Means like look at all these. Samavetan, all assembled here. Kurun, Kuru Vansh. Kuru Vansh is this 5 generations. 5 generations who have assembled here to fight. So The fifth generation also was ended up. Just because Krishna gave Kunti Maharani that, not boon, he just gave an assurance that until I am there, nothing will happen to your 5 sons. And that is how only these 5 sons were alive. Everybody else were killed. Okay, we know who were Chiranjeevi were there. Of course, like, Ashwatthama was there and Kripacharya was there. So we agree that. But all others were killed, including उत्तरा सन परीक्षित. उसके ऊपर भी ब्रह्मास्त्र चला गया था ना. ब्रह्मास्त्र was put on Uttara's stomach so that Parikshit dies inside. But what Krishna had to do? Bhagavatam, Krishna saved, we know, but Bhagavatam gives the reference how he saves. He just takes the shape of an thumb. Angute ke utnas. He takes the shape of this thumb, enters Garbha of Uttara and fights with the Brahmastra which has already entered there, and the entire the fire, the entire heat which is generated, he takes up that heat. Shape. Thumb size, not shape of this. Thumb size, sorry. He takes the size of the thumb and enters. So, and he fights. And Parikshit Maharaj, in his active state, he sees that Brahmastra is coming and killing me, and somebody is fighting. He does obeisances to him and circumambulates him also, and says, okay, after coming out, I will remember you. But still he forgets. That is where he wants to recollect and says, during the 84 lakh rishis, he requests that, आप मेरे को कृष्ण के बारे में पूरा बताइए, मुझे जानने की बहुत इच्छा है. Because he had saved him. So this way, Kurun. So Kurun के last बीज को उन्होंने बचाया and पांडव एक बचे रहे. Other सारे खत्म हो गए थे Kurun को. Okay. Any other doubts from these 2 shloks? Yeah, very important. I forgot. Yeah, Parth. Parth के लिए भी है. Parth का meaning है Pritha Putra. I'll just tell because wait, sorry, correct. Exactly. Parth is the name of Kunti. Kunti Maharani. Kunti Maharani's son is called Parth. Pritha is her name. Pritha's son is called Parth. Indirectly, when Krishna is saying in Parth, what is he saying is, you don't have to be asakti ko kya bolte, you don't have to be attached to Kauravas. Rather, you have to be attached to me because you are my son, my father's sister's son. So, मेरे बुआ का बेटा भाई है तू ऐसा कौरवों की तरफ अटैचमेंट मत रख कि मेरा पिताश्री है, मेरे पितामह है, मेरे गुरु द्रोण है, सामने मैं इनको कैसे मारूंगा. That is the reason he called it Parth. Very nice, bro. Sometimes what happens while saying I may miss out something, but you have to ask. Hari Bol.
He can explain in English. Might be not understood.
No, understood. No, understood. Yes. Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
So that means he is a friend to
Everybody. Yes.
But you have referred to these slokas that Krishna is a friend of Arjuna.
Yeah.
You don't remember, right?
Yeah.
But this sloka, he says,
I'm friend of everybody. Yes.
Why does he pick up these slokas?
No, this sloka I picked up to show that Krishna and Arjuna are friends. One where Arjuna vouches that Krishna, you are my friend, and one Krishna vouches, you are my friend. That's why I'm telling you this knowledge. Otherwise, Krishna is friend for everybody. But these 2 are special friends who have always come in all generations. As Nar-Narayan Rishi, as whenever Krishna has taken any avatar, Arjuna was also present. That is what he says. Jab bhi main tha, tab bhi, means like, whenever I had come, you had also come. You have forgotten, but I remember. For that reason, to justify the friendship of these both and why this friendship is very strong, we are still in the Sakya Bhava, Mataji. Once we give to Dasya Bhava, then this all Sakya Bhava will get over. Because right now they are interacting with friends. So that Bhava is very soon going to change to Dasya Bhava when he surrenders. शिष्यस्तेहं शादी माम त्वं प्रपन्न, आफ्टर दैट दास भाव। हरे कृष्ण। अर्जुन का रूप उस समय नहीं, हाँ हनुमान दोस्त नहीं, हनुमान जी शिव जी के है, वो क्षेत्र पालक के रूप में, हाँ रुद्रा क्षेत्र पालक के रूप में हनुमान जी थे। बट उसके लिए भी मैं आपको बताऊंगा, आई विल चेक माता जी, हो सकता है, बट आई विल चेक, बट देयर इज देयर, शास्त्र विल हैव सम रेफरेंस। वनवास में नहीं दिखाया था, साधारण मनुष्य की तरह आए थे, लेकिन आई विल गेट बैक, कोई बात नहीं। हाँ
और प्रभु ये 5 जो पीढ़ी है ना, बालिक, सोमदत्त, so सोमदत्त and भीष्म both are the
Bahalik are the first generation, Somdat's father, okay,
भीष्म
and Somdatta are same, because वो शांतनु के भाई के बच्चे ऐसा, और शांतनु के बच्चे भीष्म।
Prabhu, I am.
Yes,
Prabhu, Bhishma and Dronacharya are very knowledgeable people. Why they support Dronacharya?
that we discussed from the first chapter only, first shloka. Yes, yeah, no. Because he was attached. See, I think so. Questions have come. I didn't repeat the question. Prabhu will say sometime. So, as usual, they were attached to the throne. Yudhishthira, our Bhishma was attached to the throne. So, whoever is the king, he will listen to his orders because he had given this word to his father. Yeah, and Dronacharya was attached because of his son. Because of his son, he had to take salaries from Dhritarashtra. He was guru for appointed by Dhritarashtra. Yeah. So he was tied up with that reason. इसलिए बोलते ना, नमक खाना हो तो किसका खाना चाहिए ना, नमक हराम पिक्चर बनता है। हरी बोल। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय।